Alright, here today, the news is out. Now you guys can stop complaining about us complaining about the buff. The funniest thing is I'm getting so many comments like that saying, this guy just doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't need a buff. They're not going to respond. Stop making videos on it. Well, she's getting buffed, so suck it, okay? Let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. Let's see what they're cooking, because they are cooking. Let's hop over there, baby. We have the Korea version of this. It's in the game, right? It's in the game that exists, but screw the game because we want to go through the Korea version. For some reason, people have it in game, but I don't. So I don't know why my game is being stupid as hell, but this update is planned for Friday, November 10th. Keep that in mind. So the buff is not coming through today. Basically, it's like 24 hours from now-ish, around there, because it's Friday the 10th for KR, right? So do realize that. Just do realize that. Moving forward, we have the maintenance time. It's going to be 4-hour maintenance because they have to get this done. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to get through it, so keep this in mind again. Improvements and other matters. Improve Red Hood's skill effect. Damage when using step 3, which is burst 3 of Red Hood's burst skill, Red Wolf. It's going to be adjusted as follows. On level 1, from 18%, it is going to 37%. More than basically a double, perfectly, a perfect double. That's a perfect double, right? Unless I'm completely high. Get the calculator out, baby. 27. This is the last one, just to make sure. I think it's across the board times 2. So yeah, it's a little bit less than times 2 actually. Never mind. On the aspect of that, but isn't 18? Am I wrong here? The first one's times 2 though, right? 18.51 times 2, just to be sure. 37.02. Yeah, so it's times 2 there. It doesn't scale fully as a times 2, so it's a little bit different on level 10 there, but it's still very high. So basically about 1.75 times on the bottom there. Which is welcome. So from 19.5 all the way to 38.63, 20 to 40.23, 21 to 41, 22 to 43.44, 23.67 to 45.5, 24.71 to 46.65, 25.74 to 48.26, 26.77 to 49.86, 27.8 to 51.46. So this character is getting about a 1.75 times, or basically about around almost a 2 times, basically about almost. It's a little bit less than that when you get to like the final value at the very bottom there, because if it's a 2 times, it's a 55.6%, right? So it's about like 1.7 on the bottom here, but it's a big buff actually, right? That's double. So whatever she's doing on that burst, you're doubling it in a way. So that's what that is, okay? And the percentage that we wanted, I think, was around 50%. So technically speaking, this is what players kind of asked for. Now, I am very curious if we're going to, like when the testing comes out, how good that actually is, because I think that this can actually help out the character massively. I think so too, right? But I know that the 20-second cooldown would have been a really cool thing for her burst 1, which would have made her a really cool character for the reason of that. But they're going on the raw damage burst, or buff rather. It's kind of something that I suspected in a way. So now her final attack's 51%. So like doing the math, you're kind of doubling her damage when she bursts, which is sort of pretty solid. So I am curious how much this pushes her up, but I think that we were aiming for around 50%. So this is 51.46, right? I didn't see the exact math of what people wanted. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm very curious. I think this is going to help her an insane amount. So kind of curious what happens, but I don't know if it's going to be still like better than Alice as people want. People want better than Alice. I don't know if that's the case, but Red Ash minigame achievement mission changes. This is going to be needed. I know it. Defeat a total of 5,000 raptors is now 1,000 raptors. 10,000 raptors is now 2,000 raptors. 20,000 raptors is now 3,000 raptors. 120 is now 80. Dude, this is treacherous. What they created here was treacherous. But if anybody beat it while this was going on, like this entire this was the number, hey, you are goated. But they are cutting it in half basically, because that is just very bad. This was not in half, but this is in half and this is in half. So you know, it's just kind of funny, but yeah, they are cutting that in half. So Red Ash mission mini games are going to be much better. So if you were having a bad time with that, your experience will be kind of better tenfold, right? Adjustment of the cumulative upper limit of outpost defense rewards. The maximum accumulation time for basic storage in outpost defense has been increased from 12 hours to 24 hours. Both the basic cumulative storage amount and excess cumulative rewards stored at the same or at the time of upgrade are added to the basic cumulative storage. The excess cumulative storage before the upgrade is added to the basic cumulative time after the upgrade, but the compensation amount does not change. So that's going to be fixed and adjusted. bug fixes and other improvements. Fixed an issue where the costume Dorothy Nostalgia was displayed incorrectly. Fixed localization issues. We'll notify you with other in-game related stuff and bug fixes when the game is complete. So that is what we're looking at here. This is the buff that we are getting. Let me know what you think. Is this enough? Is this what the character was looking for? Is it there? I think that the math was about that, but I don't think that, again, it's gonna be like power creeping, correct? As people were saying, this is gonna power creep everybody. I do think that this is pretty powerful though. So do what you will with that information. I think we're good, right? Let me just check what the math was. I had a video. Was it 51%? So yeah, the math. So the person that told me they wanted 48%. That was what the math that the person did, and they were saying that's gonna be pretty top tier, correct? So, I mean, I think that this actually doing the math now in my head. That's basically, what is it? 80, 90, so 75, 85. Bro, I think that this is gonna be goated actually. Wait. So the math that he sent me, like he gave me like a whole formula. I can't throw it on the screen for a second because I want to like. He never told me if I should show his name, but he gave me the math correctly, right? So the way that it's doing, I think that she's gonna go crazy, dude. I think that she's actually gonna go like insane. Yeah, she's gonna be nuts, dude. But again, this is early. Like we don't want to say what we said, right? She might be mid as hell. We don't want to say anything, right? So let me know what you think. But the scaling is now at a 51.46%, basically about a 80 to 90% increase on her damage there, right? Which is pretty nuts, So again, I think that with everything with her burst 3 and this, I think that people were coping on the skill 1 change being a CD reduction to 20%. I think that they were just gonna, I knew that they were gonna just go down the route of damage buff, right? Because that's what players were asking for. Mainly KR did not complain about the CDR. They knew that the CD was gonna be stuck at 20. What the KR and JP players complained for was basically that her multiplier was 27.8%. That's why all the memes were coming out. The memes were coming out because of 27.8. That was the memes, correct? Because you're putting 27.8 on a freaking pilgrim, bro. Who the fudge does that? So they took that and then they basically said, all right, you don't like 27.8, how about 51.46, correct? That's what they went for. So makes perfect sense why they did it. They just tweeted the global version of it. Let me show that to you real quick. Yeah, so this is the global version that's loading forever. Too many people on the site, they can't load the site, imagine. But yeah, 51.46 is what's going to. Same thing that we had over there. Same buffs in over here. This is a little bit easier to understand, so I want to read this because it's not translated. But it's the same information that we just got. But basically, this is a very big change. Yeah? So I am curious on what happens here. Is the power creep real? What do you think? Let me know down below. Again, the math that I'm seeing here, this theoretically is going to be very, very powerful, and it's just going to change the character. That's the math, right? That's what they were hoping for. And this is a little bit above that, so I think that this is great, and I think that they listened, so now we can't complain. Shift Up listened. They actually listened, and I told you, listen, go back to my last video, or 2 videos ago. I said today's the day, just like Neon. I get a W for that? All right, no, I don't get a W for that. All right. Let me get a W one time, bro. Let me get a W here, but yeah. I said that today was the day we're gonna get buffed, probably, because that's when Neon got buffed, so we got time for that, but I'll take a W if you want to give me one. Thanks for watching. That's been it from me. Quick little video here. Red Hood got buffed. Challenge mode got nerfed. And this stuff is also fixing. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.